Oh, by the way, can I say this? Do we have our, we're talking about Mark and the airplane, and I saw a news story on the TSA. I'm hopping on a flight shortly, and you know this thing of like, don't you, as I've said many times, for a society that can create a jet, you take a look at the jet aircraft. You take a look at something like the 777 that can get from here to almost any destination in Europe or Asia on one tank of gas, traveling at, 580 miles an hour, totally pressurized while you drink champagne, sitting in a fully reclined seat in first class, listening to headphones, watching a high-def TV. I mean, think what's involved with a 777 aircraft, like a state-of-the-art aircraft. There's 300 people on plane. There's 300 people sitting in the cigar tube. We're all traveling 600 miles an hour. We're 37,000 feet in the air, and it's 71 degrees in here. And if I wanted it to be 68, I could make it 68. And if I wanted it to be 73, I could make it 73. And I can't even hear the sound of the jet engines or the wind. Outside, it's minus 41. Inside, 70 degrees, and I'm sitting on a seat that has a massager in it, and I'm watching Marky Mark on the flat screen. That's how smart we are. That's how incredibly evolved we are. That's when 2,000 people get together in a plant out of Seattle called Boeing and put all our education and collective minds and souls together. That's what we can do. We're creating engines to put out hundreds of thousands of pounds of thrust and move a thing that weighs hundreds of tons into the air at 600 miles an hour. And then there's the TSA. And then there's my 5-year-old taking her flip-flops off with the 1/4 inch of fucking vulcanized rubber underneath the 5-year-old's flip-flops. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's not that we're fucking stupid. Only in certain categories do we become retarded. We're socially stupid. Mechanically, we'll kick the shit out. We have Predator drones. There's some guy who's sitting in Michigan who's running down a convoy that has one of the playing cards that's on in front of him of Al-Qaeda, and he's fucking opening up on this guy with spent uranium from 8,000 miles away. Oh, we're good. We can be good. We had a dude on the moon 40 years ago.
Can't believe that.
We can be good. We choose to be stupid when it comes to certain things. And the idea that we all just have to fucking go through the same place at the same airport and be treated the same, even though, me and Mike August have traveled 500,000 miles over the last 2 years and pose zero threat. Our shoes are coming off, our belts coming off, and we're getting the exact same line as everyone else is fucking retarded. It's just stupid. And they finally, 10 years on, a fucking decade of 1 million airports times 10 million people just fucking standing in line, barefoot in a filthy carpet covered with gum. Somebody started to implement maybe we should take a group of people. We're so freaked out about saying this one group doesn't really pose as big a threat as maybe another group might. So We're going to single them out and give them a little preferred treatment. But it's really just a treatment you've earned. It's not preferred. It's if you have traveled several 100,000 miles without trying to blow anything up, then you can get your name onto a list where your line isn't quite as long, and thus shortening the other line in the process.
Yes, and along those lines, when did profiling become the bad word? Like, that's how we solve crimes. This group is more likely to do this, and this white males are more likely to be serial killers, and blah, 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 and whatever it is. But that's how things are figured out and how we keep people safe.
After 9/11,
that's crazy.
When profiling became necessary.
It's the left. It's the left. Yeah. It's the left. It's you can't point. It's sensitivity. It's shut the fuck up. You're fucking destroying our country, you assholes. So somebody, finally, I was just watching this news story tonight. Somebody has been trying to implement something, but it'll be another 5 years before I ever get on this fucking list. You guys have it? Or
Airport security in a breeze.
You don't have to take your laptops out anymore.
It's a dream of millions of travelers, and for some, a reality starting today at LAX.
Yeah, not to be treated like Al-Qaeda.
Just fabulous.
I travel all the time, and this is a great innovation.
Business traveler Skip Zimbalist never got used to the time-consuming security ritual of waiting in line to take off jacket, belt, and shoes and opening up laptop cases. He tried the Clear Priority program some airports offered for a fee, but now it can be free.
What took so long, but I'm glad it's here
Yeah,
now.
what took so long? We're fucking idiots, and we're scared shitless of being called xenophobes.
You pre-register so your background can be checked, and a special barcode on your boarding pass tells the screeners you're in the program.
Oh, wait a minute.
Makes the process
what about the Patriot Act? Then they're going to have your name and their data file.
LAX will become the 6th U.S. airport to offer pre-check. Here, only for American Airlines. At other airports, Delta has it.
Why would other
the TSA began rolling out
the other 26 airlines adopt
not
this?
Not just to help travelers, but to enable it to focus resources on more likely terrorists.
All right, stop it there. Yes. If you're having 200,000 sheep pass through your gate every day, and basically what you're trying to do is you're trying to spot the sheep that's got the fucking ringworm or whatever, the disease, but you've decided to take every single fucking sheep and pass them through. Well, of course, the likelihood of the sheep with the ringworm is going to get through is much higher than if you said, look, here's a group of sheep that have never had ringworm. We've inspected them 1,000,000 times over. They've been through the gate 10,000 times already. Let's just go ahead and fucking get them out of the fucking mix so that we can focus on a more detail and more attention. I mean, look. We never stop, you asswipes on the left, never stop talking about the size of the classroom. Well, these classrooms are oversized. There's too many people. There's too many kids in the class. We have too many kids. There's 50 kids in the class. So the one teacher, can't address the 50 kids because it's overcrowded. All right. Well, that applies to life. If you have way too many people, and especially people that pose zero threat passing through this thing, you're only going to be able to scrutinize them to a certain degree because you only have a certain amount of time to work with each person. Of course, we should profile, or certainly, if we're not going to profile, let's at least do reverse profiling where we take all the dudes who've been traveling for the last 30 years without incident and pull them the fuck out of line. We're so fucking stupid. And it's not that we're stupid. We all understand what this is. There's the folks like me who just have been saying it from the word go, and then there's the folks over on the left who are thinking what I'm thinking, but they're fucking hypocrite cowards, and they don't want to pipe up about it because they don't want anyone pointing a finger at them and calling them racist. That's what it is. Meanwhile, we're all just dying in a line. We're all just fucking dying in line. Because people are scared that someone's going to point a finger at somebody. Well, at least do the fucking reverse version of this. And by the way, 10 years on, a fucking decade on, and one at LAX, one of the biggest airports in the world, one airline has adopted this thing. 10 years on, one airline that I guarantee I will not be flying anytime this weekend.
Good and fine till the terrorists raise people in this country and have them fly around all the time, potentially to do concerts and stand-up shows, and then have them do their mission.
So fucking sad. We're so fucking stupid. And it's not their fault. It's our fault for being pussies. And the first time somebody says, how about we take people that fit a profile and are high risk? Oh, you can't treat anyone any differently than anybody. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. And you don't, by the way. I was telling Mike Lynch over there yesterday. We got our phone shut off over here. Mm-hmm. I don't know what the fuck happened. Machine. But it's like, listen, I've been paying my fucking phone bill for 30 years. You think they can give me a call or a letter or something? Like, just pulling the plug. And I just bought this other warehouse, and I'm getting piles and piles and piles of paperwork and piles and things. Like, and I said, and Mike was sort of like, you've owned so many properties. You've never been a day late on any of your payments. You must have amazing credit. Why do you have to go through the same thing? That's an actual picture of the table of the shit that I had to sign for the other warehouse. It's a stack. There's a stack closer that's about 4 inches thick. And then there's another stack that's about 8 inches thick. I sat there and just sign and sign and sign. And you know what I said to Mike? I said, I've owned multiple warehouses, multiple houses, done multiple business dealings that have to do with real estate over the last 15 years. And I'm talking about multi-million-dollar deals times 20. I've never been late on a payment. Not one fucking second late on one payment. And I'm talking about, there's a Malibu house over there. I don't know why I said Malibu weird. There's a Malibu house over there. There's a Burbank warehouse over there. There's another Glendale warehouse over here. There's a house in the hills. There's another house in the hills. Not a second late on one fucking payment ever. Yet I get treated exactly the same as guy. You know what I said to Mike? I said, Mike, here's the deal. I know you think I must have great credit, and I'm sure I do. There's no such thing as good credit. There's only bad credit.
That's true.
If you have bad credit, you're fucked. If you have good credit, then you just get treated like the rest of the sheep that get to take your fucking belt and shoes off and go through the metal detector. That's the society we have created. There's no such thing as anyone going, Adam Carolla, let me look at your history. And everyone does that thing where they go, why do you want to be treated differently? I don't want to be treated differently. I want to be treated the same as everyone else who's had 20 properties and never been a second late on their payment. That's how I want to be treated. And if you want to do that, then that's fine. That's how I will be treated.
Is this phone thing ruining your credit?
Phone got shut off. All right. So remember in life, kids, there's only bad credit. There's no good credit. There's terrorists. And then there's us. Mm-hmm. But that's it. There's nobody who just gets to go through the line without taking their fucking shoes off.
That's the news. I'm Allison Rosen. Zip it, cunt.
That was the news with Allison Rosen.